Hello and welcome to Siobhan Talks Periods. Today we're going to look at some questions around what happens to your period when you turn 40. So one question that I get asked a lot is, do periods get worse in your 40s? Periods can get heavier and more painful for some women after the age of 40. And I often think of perimenopause as puberty in reverse. So if you think of the hormonal roller coaster we experience in our teens, that can give you an idea of what's happening in perimenopause, only backwards. We often think of estrogen declining in the years leading up to menopause when our periods finally cease. And in an ideal world, our levels would decline so gradually that we don't notice any symptoms at all. And for some women, that is the case. However, for many women, estrogen goes on a roller coaster in perimenopause, which is the lead up to menopause. It can last for 10 to 12 years for many women. And then this means that in your 40s, your estrogen level may be higher than ever at times, which can lead to heavier periods or flooding, more frequent periods, more painful periods, and all the symptoms associated with PMS, mood changes, anger and irritability, breast tenderness, bloating. And this is a great time to try the herb Agnus castus. And then on top of the estrogen roller coaster, your progesterone levels also gradually decline in your 40s. And progesterone helps to counteract those excess estrogen symptoms. So with your body struggling to make progesterone, the symptoms of higher estrogen can be even worse. And then it swings in roundabouts, and estrogen can take a big dive, causing the typical menopause symptoms like hot flushes and night sweats. So it can be a very confusing time. And then taking synthetic estrogen in the form of HRT on top of this roller coaster can really add fuel to the fire. Another question that comes up is, why is my period so painful in my 40s all of a sudden? So the estrogen roller coaster of perimenopause can also be to blame for more painful periods in your 40s. When we have higher levels of estrogen, the uterine wall gets thicker and more prostaglandins are produced, and these contribute to period pain. So more prostaglandins equals more pain. And often the bleed can last longer as well, and bleeding can be heavier. This is often referred to as flooding. And just to say as well, it's really important to see your doctor if you are bleeding excessively. Excessive blood loss is never okay. It can lead to anemia. It's definitely worth getting checked out. But also to say, not everyone experiences this estrogen roller coaster in perimenopause. And for others, it is a gentler decline of estrogen. And while other symptoms of menopause may show up in your 40s, as the estrogen levels decline, your period will get lighter and less painful eventually before stopping altogether. Your period can stop in your 40s. The late 40s to mid 50s is the average age for menopause, which actually refers to the last period rather than the years leading up to it, which is called perimenopause. So your period continues until you reach menopause, and they generally become less frequent over months or years before stopping altogether. And for many women, this does happen in their late 40s. Some women do experience early menopause, which is usually defined as periods stopping before age 45. This can happen naturally for some women, or it can be a side effect of medication or surgery or a disease. If your periods have stopped before age 45 and you're not sure why, it's worth seeking some medical advice, perhaps having some tests just to rule some things out. So the average age of menopause, as in your final period in the UK, is 51. So most women do continue to have periods throughout their 40s, but it is common enough for your period to stop altogether in your late 40s. So lastly, let's have a look at some supplements. Here are some of my top herbal nutritional allies in perimenopause. Firstly, for symptoms associated with high estrogen, like the heavy bleeding, short cycles, less than 28 days, painful periods, exacerbated PMS, I recommend Agnus castus herbal tincture. Really great remedy for that excessive estrogen in perimenopause. And then for later on, when you're more likely dealing with levels of low estrogen, you could try a phytoestrogen support like Avogel's menopause support. It's great for when your periods are becoming lighter and further apart. It's always worth mentioning sage as well, my favourite herb for treating hot flushes. Magnesium, really important too. I recommend up to 500 milligrams of magnesium a day. And then lastly, if you're dealing with that heavy bleeding or flooding, a natural iron supplement like Floridix is a really good idea. And of course, if you need more personalised support, it's definitely worthwhile booking an appointment with a naturopath or herbalist to help you through this journey. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or email me or send me a message privately. As always, if there's anyone who might benefit from this video, please share it with them and like and comment and save and subscribe and all that good stuff, because it helps me to get the good word out about more positive periods to more people. Thanks so much, and here is to happier periods.